Welcome to week 4 of Sensual Feast. In this week we are going to slow down, connect with our senses, and I hope that it will help guide you inwards and connect you with your joy and your peace, because it's never been more important than to stay connected with our own joy and peace. And I'm here for that. We have 5 senses, or 6, but we mostly use our sense of sight. I've been thinking about this a bit, and often when we become overstimulated, it's by sight or sound, because those 2 senses are the most important to make us aware of danger. You know, listening for animals back in the prehistoric tribal days, watching, you know, checking the color of certain fruits, looking at what we're picking. So sight and sound can be a little bit hard to work with to ground ourselves, but I do believe that it is possible. Sight is more, I think it's just less in our control. Where we are is what we see, and one of the easiest ways of changing what we see is moving where we are. So going into nature, allowing our eyes just to rest on the shape of leaves, on the shape of flowers. It's just so easy, and it can be so hard depending on where you live or where you work. I personally like to focus on touch, taste, and smell, because they just really stick with you. When you have an amazing experience with either of those, the recall seems to be faster. You know, when you're remembering that night of passionate love you had so many moons ago, and just how somebody touched you. And you can feel that when you remember. Or you can taste that chocolate cake from your birthday 5 years ago. Or you can smell that person. Or you can be reminded of your favorite coffee shop because of a certain smell. It's just so delicious how the senses bring us happiness. So I wanted to start with some easy ways to get back, stimulate the vagus nerve, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system and get us soothed. The way we touch ourselves will affect the way we will react. We can touch ourselves to excite, to stimulate. I personally love to touch to soothe. One of my favorite things to do is to just gently touch my collarbone and just breathe. None of these exercises will work if you are not breathing deeply. That's just number 1. I also like the atlas joint, the back of our head. We get stressed by so many different things in our life. You know, you just missed the bus. Someone cuts in at the traffic light, and your coffee order is wrong, and it's nothing feels malicious, but it's just stressful. And then there are other things that we are subjected to that we don't actually want to know about. If you're a more visual person, If you find things more disruptive and more disgusting to your mind and your body, and you have a genuine physical reaction to stories of people being sick, or accidents where body parts break and all that, a bad day then turns into a bad week. And I have experienced that myself, and so I just want to share some things with you. There are so many different learnings and teachings. Tai Chi. I've never done Tai Chi, but it's lovely. Qigong, that's fun. Very good for activating. I love doing facial massage to relax my facial muscles. Oh my god, facial muscles. Can't say that 5 times fast. And just winding down. Treat yourself like a kitten that you want to give love to so that it can sleep better. A hand on the heart, for me, is one of the easiest ways to feel connected with myself. I can feel my pulse. I invite my shoulders to relax. I tell my ears that they can relax. My whole face, just to let go. Allow my jaw to be floppy. And I think, and I pay attention to the sensations in my jawline. Touch, if I have to. When you shut down the sense of sight and you turn to touch, everything feels more powerful. It feels stronger. There's more awareness. And I really think that is a beautiful thing. And it's one of my favorite things about the senses. I have had many daydreams about different types of sensory workshops. Like, what would it be like to eat a whole meal without you ever having to move your arms? What sort of experience would that be? Whenever you feel stressed, whenever you feel stuck in the hustle, the ultra productive mode, being told about deadlines, just remember me, breathe, and touch your naked collarbone. Over the top, it's not the same. Naked, skin to skin contact. When I do this, I cannot help but breathe deeper. There is no other option. When you touch yourself to reconnect you just equalize. And we need more of that in our lives and in this world. I personally love to touch as much of my body as I can every day. I have thought about how, I haven't touched my thighs in a few days. And I feel sorry for them because touch is something that is free, easy to give, does not take energy, and it's just good. Good for everything. Good for you, good for the part of the body, and just to show your body that you appreciate all of it. I try to touch my feet lovingly most days, and it does feel a little weird sometimes, but it feels so good, and I invite you to do the same. Today or this week, just touch more. Find the little soft parts of your body that really enjoy it. I used to love getting a watercolor brush and painting my hand over my cats, and they would just love it. And it feels so present. Nothing else is important. And I invite you to do the same.